Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that has fascinated humanity for centuries, UFOs, or as they're now officially called, Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, UAPs. For decades these sightings were dismissed as science fiction, but the conversation has dramatically changed. We're going to explore some of the most compelling pieces of evidence that have forced governments and scientists to take a serious look at what's happening in our skies. Let's start with something that made headlines worldwide: the 2017 release of 3 declassified videos by the U.S. Navy. These videos, known as FLIR, Gimbal, and Go Fast, were captured by advanced infrared sensors on FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jets. What makes them so incredible? The objects in these videos perform maneuvers that defy our current understanding of physics and aerodynamics. They accelerate to hypersonic speeds without any visible means of propulsion, make instantaneous changes in direction, and show no signs of wings, engines, or exhaust plumes. One pilot, Commander David Fravor, described the Tic-Tac object he encountered in 2004 as something not from this world. It moved erratically, hovered over the water, and then shot away at a speed he couldn't comprehend. These weren't just blurry photos, they were high-tech military recordings, and the pilots who witnessed them are credible, highly trained professionals. The official acknowledgement of these videos by the Pentagon marked a turning point. It moved the topic from the fringe to the mainstream. But these aren't the only cases. Let's travel back to the Phoenix Lights incident of March 1997. Thousands of people across Arizona, including the then-Governor Fife Symington, witnessed a massive V-shaped craft gliding silently over the city. It was estimated to be over a mile wide. While officials initially tried to explain it as flares from a military exercise, many witnesses, including Governor Symington himself, later refuted this. He publicly stated that he saw a craft of unknown origin. The sheer number of witnesses from different locations, all describing the same colossal, silent object, makes this one of the most significant mass sightings in history. Then there are the countless radar visual cases. This is where an object is tracked on radar and simultaneously observed visually by pilots or ground personnel. A classic example is the Japan Airlines Flight 1628 incident in 1986. The crew of a Boeing 747 cargo jet reported being followed by 2 small, unidentified craft and 1 enormous mothership for nearly an hour over Alaska. Air traffic control confirmed strange radar returns, and the FAA investigated the case thoroughly. The pilot, Captain Kenju Terauchi, was an experienced former fighter pilot, and his detailed report described lighted objects moving in formation with his aircraft in ways conventional planes could not. Let's also consider physical evidence. While rare, there have been cases where alleged materials from UAPs have been recovered and analyzed. The Ubatuba incident in Brazil in 1957 is a famous example. Fragments of a metallic-looking material were collected after an alleged UFO explosion. Analysis showed the material to be magnesium of an unusually high purity, far beyond what was commercially achievable at the time. While the chain of custody for such evidence is often debated, these cases add another layer of physical mystery to the phenomenon. More recently, the conversation has been driven by insiders. High-ranking officials like Christopher Mellon, a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence, and Lou Elizondo, the former head of the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or AATIP, have come forward. They've stated publicly that the UAP phenomenon is real, not ours, and that it represents a potential national security concern. They talk about the 5 observables: anti-gravity lift, sudden and instantaneous acceleration, hypersonic velocities without signatures, low observability, and trans-medium travel, the ability to move seamlessly between air, water, and even space. These aren't just theories. They're patterns of behavior observed in multiple incidents documented by our most advanced sensor systems. In 2022, Congress held its first public hearing on UFOs in over 50 years, followed by another in 2023 featuring whistleblower testimony from David Grush, a former intelligence official. Grush made the extraordinary claim under oath that the U.S. government is in possession of non-human craft and has been running a secret reverse engineering program for decades. While these claims are still under investigation, the fact that they were made in a formal congressional hearing is unprecedented. It shows how seriously the legislative branch is now taking this issue, pushing for transparency and answers. So what does all this mean? We have credible military eyewitnesses, confirmed radar data, declassified videos showing physics-defying technology, historical mass sightings, and high-level government officials demanding transparency. The evidence is no longer just anecdotal. It's a collection of data points from multiple sources, all pointing to the existence of craft in our airspace that we cannot explain. We're not saying it's aliens, but we are saying that something real is happening. The stigma is fading, and serious scientific and governmental inquiry is finally underway. The question is no longer, do UFOs exist? But what are they? What do you think is the most compelling piece of evidence? Let me know in the comments below. We'll be exploring more specific cases and the science behind them in future videos, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.